everybody, how are you doing today? I am very well, thank you. Today I am doing my first ever Christmas journal. I believe it's my first ever Christmas journal. And I'm going to be doing it in my little traveler's notebook, my passport size traveler's notebook, and I'm going to be using the watercolor paper insert because this doesn't have so many pages. So I thought for a short a short event, just 1 month, then this would be enough pages to document the whole of December and all of Christmas. And I just decided to do this randomly. I had loads of scraps of things left over from wrapping presents and just getting ready for Christmas. I had so many little pieces of paper left over that I didn't want to get rid of. I do have like another Christmas book that I do like more drawings in, but I wanted this to be kind of like a journal style, so I'm going to put photographs in here, and any Christmassy things that we do I'm going to put in here as well, and hopefully just some family photographs, and then I'll enjoy looking back on this time as well in the future and future Christmases to come. So as you can see, I am using a piece of card to cut out the year, which is 2022, and I wanted to try and stick to things that I am going to be throwing away or things that I would usually be recycling. So I am using the card stock that is from the which had the packaging that had my labels in for my Christmas presents. I also have those little offcuts of Christmas wrapping paper, and I never know what to do with them, and I always feel bad because they're too small to put into to wrap any presents, and they're not big enough. So I decided to use one of those little offcuts of wrapping paper for the actual cover of my journal. And as you can see, that this is how I did it. I outlined the journal flat, and then I made little cuts in each corner so that it folded over the inside of the journal in each of the covers. And I used double-sided sticky tape, mainly because I actually have run out of glue. I have some glue that I got in Japan, but it's this one here that I'm using, but it tends to be quite wet, it's a really wet mixture, so it actually kind of crinkles the page a little bit. And with this type of paper, like this wrapping paper, it's not very thick, so obviously it crinkled a lot, so that's why I ended up using double-sided sticky tape instead. But I did use the glue just on the edges there because that was on the inside, so you probably wouldn't see that anyway. And then I just wanted to jazz it up a little bit. I thought it looked a little bit plain, so I got one of the tags off the packaging, and the one that said Merry Christmas, and I stuck it on the card, and then I made a little border to make it stand out from the same colour because it was the same colour as wrapping paper. And then I just stuck it right in the middle. And then for the 2022, I couldn't really see it on the front, so I decided to stick it in the inside of the page, and I actually really liked that. I thought it looked really nice. So the reason I decided to use my passport book, I know it's a lot smaller than any other journals, and it's kind of difficult to stick all of these big pieces of memorabilia in there, but I am actually also doing a little book journal at the moment, and I wanted them both to be in the same journal so I could access them both. I also wanted this to come with me if I go anywhere, if I go shopping, like Christmas shopping, or if I go to a Christmas fair or whatever the situation. I actually wanted to be able to bring this journal with me in case I wanted to do any sketches on the go. And because it's a watercolor journal, I would actually really like to do some watercolor in there. I haven't done any for quite some time actually, so I thought this would be a really good opportunity to do that. So as you can see now, I'm just adding some little gold highlights on the paper to make it just like a little bit more sparkly. I felt like it looked a little bit dull for a front cover in the end. So I just add lots of little sparkles everywhere. And then I also wrote the year again on the front. And I was really happy with how that looked. I think I just wanted a little bit of extra something to make it stand out. So I added a little ribbon, and this again is some leftover little piece of string from my packaging. And then I also wanted to draw some holly. So I thought I would slow this bit down so you could actually see what I was doing, because I remember a time that I found drawing holly really difficult. So I found this really simple way that if you want to decorate your presents or your cards and you want to draw like a simple little picture, drawing holly like this I found really easy and a fun way to do it. So what I do is I draw 2 dots opposite each other, and they're like the lengthways of the holly, and then I do 2 little dots in between those dots with a nice space between them, and then all I do is join the dots up, and each join I do a little curve inward. I hope that makes sense. I just did it a few times there, so hopefully you can see. But that is the easiest way I found to draw holly. And I really like as well wrapping my presents in brown paper, and I tend to draw little pictures on there just to make it like have a more handmade feel. I really like that, and I like decorating it as well. So maybe you can do this too on your presents or on your cards if you want to. I always like to add a little one in the corner, a little holly. But what I was doing here, I was adding the holly on the brown paper so that I could cut it out and stick it onto the front cover. So I wanted it to stand out a little bit more. And then I also did the little berries as well. I usually do 2 or 3. It looks nice as well, so I hope that helps if you ever struggle to draw holly. I know I've struggled so many times over the years. It always ends up looking wonky. So after I'd drawn them on this separate piece of paper, I cut them all out, and I still felt like they didn't stand out that much from the background, so I decided to stick them on a white piece of like a paper bag that I had left over from some Christmas shopping, and I cut it out of that and gave it a little bit of a border, and I thought that looked really cute, so I stuck that on as well. And then I think I had one more thing that I stuck on. I think I stuck a little gingerbread man on, but that one didn't go, so I found another one, a sticker that I had that was a bit lighter in colour, and I stuck that on. Because the other one was too similar a colour to the background and it just didn't stand out. And then I did actually put this paper on the inside of the cover, and as you can see I wrote Merry Christmas everywhere, and I absolutely hated it, so I had to go in and change it. So after I decorated the title page 2022, and I put with some gold Posca pen, I just added a few little highlights and make it all shimmery and Christmassy. I then went and stuck another piece of paper over the one I just decorated because I just didn't like it at all. And then I decided to write Christmas journal and draw some little gold baubles on there. And it's quite funny actually, because this Posca pen, it's so reflective. So to me, at the angle I'm drawing at, it actually looks quite dull, but to you, like watching it from the camera above where the light is, it's really reflective, and I just can't believe how much it shimmers on the camera. You can barely see what I'm drawing on top of it. Actually, weirdly, this gel pen, it did soak into the paint weirdly, and you couldn't see it underneath. It like went underneath the paint. So what I decided to do is go over it again in a ballpoint pen later, so I did actually define it a little bit more. But yeah, that is it. That is my 2022 Christmas journal, all ready to go for the Christmas season. I've already journaled 2 pages in there already since filming this video, so I'm so excited to use it. I'm sure I've already filled it up this week as well. We actually put the Christmas tree up yesterday, so I took some photos of that, and I will definitely be documenting that event too, because it was very funny, untangling all the lights. Anyway, I'll see you next Sunday with a brand new video. Take care everybody. Bye.